Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak 2, a last episode. Sweeping through the remainder of the Blacklight District and then the Centre Marché, we next moved on to Riverside, one of our story locations. But before we start asking about the True Grievance Brigade, we take on another 4SPG. There's a 4SPG on the bulletin board. The escaped patient. A patient's escaped from my clinic. Oh, what, Dr. Isabelle down below, right? And his circumstances necessitate that he not be left unsupervised. Would you mind bringing him back for me? I'll be waiting in my clinic in the meantime. What the hell's gone on here? This is interesting.
Time to depart.
Don't think I've seen you before.
Guess I'll check out the arena.
I mean, no matter what, if you're running, you're mainly running the same routes, so... Other things to spice it up. Audiobooks, music, etc. Time to gather your thoughts and time to catch up on some stuff. That's what I'd put it as. Unprecedented doesn't even begin to describe this case. It's times like these when I wish I had that Spriggan uncle. Ah, speak of the devil, nice to see you, Arkride Solutions. Those expectant looks tell me you're here about the request I put up. Yep, can't make any guarantees, but give us the particulars and we'll let you know if it works for us. A patient ran away from your clinic, if I recall correctly. How exactly did that come about? I'll start from the top and give you the rundown. It all began this morning. A man I'd never seen before had fallen unconscious here in the Blacklight District. He was easy pickings, that is to say I gave him a checkup out of the kindness of my heart. While there weren't any external injuries, his disease had grown so severe that he couldn't move a muscle. I had medication specific to his condition in stock, so I brought him into the clinic and treated him then and there. Wow, you're a real saint of a doctor. Save for the part where she called him easy pickings. Now this is where the problem comes in. I took my eyes off him for just a second, only to come back to an empty room and some money for my services. There was no sign that anyone else had come in, so he must have ran off on his own. If he was trying to dip out of paying his medical bills, that'd be one thing. But the prices you charge here are practically highway robbery. Besides, this patient left enough mirror before going, right? That he did, and the funny thing is, it was actually more than I was planning to charge. In any case, I have a few ideas as to why he ran out on me the way he did. He kept on ranting and raving. I can't believe they were after me, and so forth. There was a lot more to it, but that's the only part I could make out clearly. Those are the words of a guy caught up in the wrong kind of trouble. Whatever it is, it's big enough that he'd rather book it than stay here and heal up. Maybe so. If it were as simple as that, I'd have been content to send him on his merry way, lollipop in hand. But his treatment isn't even close to complete yet. If he doesn't regularly take medication to relieve any side effects, the results could be disastrous. Worst case scenario, he'll die, just like that. That's horrible! Shouldn't you be out trying to, I don't know, save his life? No need to get so worked up. I said worst case scenario, didn't I? The chances of that are below 1%. Though it's 100% certain he'll end up in so much pain that he will wish he were dead. That's not any better. Indeed, if his condition was critical to begin with, any additional side effects would only exacerbate it. His personal circumstances notwithstanding, it would be best to retrieve him sooner rather than later. I'm guessing that's what you're requesting us to do. Or what you're requesting us to do. Right you are. My patient paid me in full, so I have an obligation to ride this out to the end. I'd appreciate it if you could bring him back here as quickly as you can. That's a way more level-headed ass than I was bracing for. I'm also a bit concerned about whoever it is that's after him. Whether it's to gather information or save someone in need, we're duty-bound to address this matter. What do you think, Van? Let's see. I mean, we're gonna do it. Grey and chaos up. That's exactly what I'm after. Guess we don't have much choice but to take on the job. Thanks, glad you see things my way. Now, here are some pills. Pass them along to my patient if you manage to find him. They're the same kind I'd originally planned to administer in order to moderate his side effects. If he's already exhibiting symptoms, these should be able to curb them for a while. Consider it done. So mind giving us a few more specifics on this runaway of yours? Not at all. He's a man in his late 20s with a slim build. Medicine I gave him lightly restored his mobility to some small degree. But as his treatment is only in its early stages, ergo far from complete, I suspect he'll be struggling to walk. In that case, it should be easy to follow his trail. Then the next question is which way this guy is headed. Is he hiding out in the Blacklight District, or did he already make for the hills? Well, why don't we go to the nearest exit and check? We can ask around the area and see if anyone saw him. If a sighting is reported, then the likelihood that he left the district grows. Elsewise, we can safely assume that he still is somewhere to be found here. Works for me. The exit closest to us is over in the northeast. Lindsay's shop is set up around those parts. We can try asking her about it. Let the search begin. The Stapper?
Okay, time to get to work.
The Stapper? Oh, yes. That's her laughing. She's just done a stabbing.
I have some good books on sale.
Let me ask you something.
A slender, sickly-looking man in his late 20s. Not your type. Actually, I did see someone like that just a bit ago. He went through that exit over there. We hit the bullseye right off the bat. Though if he's left the Blacklight District, that gives us no shortage of locations to investigate. We're gonna need a little more info then. Like what direction he went, or if he was being tailed. Anything else you happen to notice, Lindsay? Oh, let me think. He was out of breath, but that didn't keep him from muttering to himself. Things like this passport should do the trick, and it'd be dicey near the embassies, but I have to go. You could have knocked him over with a feather. I was torn on whether or not to reach out. Thin, wimpy types don't usually do it for me, but his heavy panting and looks of agony were just so adorable. Oops, did I say that out loud? Only at the top of your lungs. Thanks for sharing, though. Funny girl, this one. Anyway, that passport bit sticks out to me. Chances are he came to the Blacklight District in order to get one faked for him. Then there's the part about the embassies. Sounds like he's got no choice but to be in the same area as them, so Albert District. Then our next stop is the Albert District. That's where all the embassies are. Well, I can't say I followed any of that, but I'm glad I was able to be of help. Hurry and finish up your work so you can visit me again, okay? Boyfriend number 4. How many times do I gotta say it? We are not together, period. Well, isn't this a comical little routine? You see that glare in her eyes? Terrifying. Elaine might stab someone else. Which is, I'd like to see that. Except for the whole going to prison
Confirming
afterwards.
your schedule.
Won't be much of a bracer if she's going around stabbing people. Be slicing for her, wouldn't it? Alright, here we are in the Ober District. This is where that patient from Isabelle's clinic fled to, presumably. How exactly are we going to find him? Going by the dude's mumbling, he'll be steering clear from the embassies if he can help it. Other than that, we're pretty hard up for clues. Actually, I've got one thing we can try. Isabelle gave this guy something specifically made to treat his condition, right? She said as much, yeah, but what difference does that make? I believe I see your implication. Let me just check if my idea holds any water first. Hello, hello. Something the matter? We're on the hunt for your patient, but figuring out how to pick up his trail's got us stumped. So I had a question for you. Is it possible to track any ingredients of that medication you gave him? You want us to track the medicine itself? Oh, really thinking outside the box, I see. So, like, releasing sweat, pheromone-ish, or... The dosages were delivered both orally and via injection. In other words, the medicine he ingested might leave detectable particles when he exhales. I can send you the name of the drug if you need. That'd be great. I'll let you get back to it then. Knock him dead out there? Oh, well, you know what I mean. I understand. The patient's breathing was labored. If the traces he left a space closely enough, we may be able to perform a shard search. Right, and factoring in wind displacement would allow us to reverse calculate their origin points too. Oh, really? Then allow me to test whether a shard search detects any matches to this pharmaceutical's components. Sure, take it away. The traces are discernible, if only faintly. Shard search would indeed be feasible, albeit more difficult to follow than usual. You're incredible, Rosette. It figures you're a tech whiz. Wouldn't be much of a Marduk concierge otherwise. Your praise honors me. Alright, let's get the show on the road. The longer we take, the more off the mark Rosette's calculations get. Right. What happens in the Blacklight District stays in the Blacklight Districts. You were supposedly on the bench? You had to sit down, yeah? Looks like someone left some marks behind it. He might have stopped to take a break on the bench. Yes, getting so far as the Elba district must have been extremely taxing for him. We need to hurry and bring him back to Isabelle. If I went earlier, would I have... They switched bench now. I'm walking through his breath. Actually doesn't feel that great. We could just walk towards the green point on the map, though.
I should offer up another prayer.
If you're going to get me to track something down via shard search, can you not put the marker, please? This is as far as the trail goes. Our runaway patient must have passed through this gate then. But why? All it leads to is an abandoned subway line. There's a possibility that he has a fake passport, if you'll recall. In which case his goal would be to either leave the country illicitly or obtain a fraudulent visa. Given that, choosing this route would imply that he's attempting to escape the capital. I see now. He's planning to lose his pursuers by sneaking out underground. Sure, but the border's not exactly a hop, skip, and a jump away from the Elba district. It'd take a real nutcase to make that trek with a body falling apart at the seams. Just goes to show how desperate he is. But the only way to know what he's going through is to ask the guy himself. Let's go inside and get to searching. Keep your heads on a swivel just in case. Roger. The team entered the abandoned subway line and proceeded into its depths. Then in the distance they spotted the figure of a man on the run. Oh, shoot, they're gaining on me already. Well, nothing else for it. This won't buy much time, but I'm short on options. Slightly jogging. Just a little further until we catch up. Think again. He can lock doors. Rats, he slipped away. We can break that door. And I think I just heard a lock engage. These doors look old, but the security system seems to be relatively new. Most likely it can only be released from the opposite end. What now? Maybe there's a detour we can take. Going the long way would just give him a free pass to shake us off. Good point. We're better off keeping up the chase through here. You look pretty bone-tired just now. I bet that he'll take this chance to rest. How do you plan to open these doors then? The only way we can, by unlocking them from the inside. Think your little friend can help us with that, Katra. Oh, I get it. You want Theo to wrap around and disengage the lock. Theo, reporting for duty. But how are they supposed to get to the other side? There was a duct back over there. It probably connects to this room, structurally speaking. There you have it, Theo. Try sneaking in through the duct. Understood, Katra. Initiating auto mode. Okay, we're back to the ascend-descend again. Oh, there's random lasers in this duct again. Huh? There's items. I feel like my ears might get clipped on some of these, to be honest with you. What's going on here? Well, at least it's a straight on-off and not like a pattern. Damn it. Can I turn this off? I want to break Theo. Must be another switch somewhere then. So let's have a look-see here. Let's say, where's the next switch? Mission very possible, but also very slow. Oh, now this is more lasery. Oh, I should go now. Now that I look at it. Okay. This security system's a lot better than the previous one. Go. I'll take an item there. Don't even know what I got in the end because I was too busy pressing down. Didn't get got somehow. I may as well just go. Okay. I think we're sneaking down the bottom left here. That's the right, or whatever, you know what I mean. Oh my god, what's going on here? I mean, this is fine. I think we're heading right, by the way. Why have I got in here? There's nothing in here. What have I done? Well, I don't think that was the way I was supposed to dodge it, but I actually managed it, so yay! I should have gone down the hole, but still. Duck successfully traversed. Now proceeding to release lock. Way to go, Theo. Didn't even get got. I was wondering why I didn't hear any footsteps. Turns out he barely even took one. I'm supposed to go down the hole. Damn it. Damn it all. I can't let them get me. Is he alright? His face is pale and he's sweating up a storm. Given the medication we brought, the side effects have started to manifest. The group had the man ingest the medicine Isabelle had given them. Phew. Thank goodness we were able to remedy the situation. I owe you guys my life. Who exactly am I thanking, though? At first I thought you were the ones chasing me. We're from Arkride Solutions. The Blacklight District doctor who took you in sent us a request. Apparently, if you stop your treatment partway through, the side effects could be fatal. She wants you to hurry back ASAP. Said she'd look after you till everything's done and dusted. Side effects? So that's what had me hurting like never before. More importantly, you said Arkride Solutions, right? Now to get a closer look, I recognize you. You're that Spriggan who works with the police and Guild from time to time. You've even got ties to Kincaid from the Integrated Analysis Division. That'll teach me to let my guard down. You're here to take me back too, aren't you? Huh? Not the place I'd expect the spectacle sadist to get name dropped. So when you say you're being chased by someone, you're talking about the CID. I knew this guy looked familiar somehow. He was there when I met with Renee at the cafe. He used to be a member of the Imperial Intelligence Division. Believe me, if I could stop getting tangled up with Renee, I would. We've got no plans to hand you into the CID, if that's what you're worried about. Heck, we ain't even gonna rat you out. I don't mean we're on the same side, though. Think of us as more of a neutral party. If we really wanted to capture you, we would have kept those meds to ourselves. Perhaps you feel more comfortable having the Guild intervene in lieu of a Spriggan? We're the CID to demand your extradition, though. We would have no choice but to comply. If that isn't your liking, I suggest you begin explaining what this is about. Fine, I'll talk. My name is Hubert. I'm with the 2nd External Affairs Division of the CID. And I'm sick and tired of being used as a pawn for their international information wars. So I'm running away from both them and the Imperial Intelligence Division in hopes of reaching the Free Cities. Not just the CID, but the Intelligence Division as well. He must have held a pretty important position too, being part of an international information war. Important, he says. They treat me as nothing more than a puppet. I was a double agent for both the Empire and the Republic. A quadruple agent, if you will. A quadruple agent? Not even a movie would go for something so convoluted. How the hell did you land yourselves in that gig? I was originally affiliated with the Imperial Army's intelligence division, but after the war I gave up on Erebonia entirely. So I struck a deal. If I brought them the head of a certain co-worker of mine, the CID would let me join them. Simply put, I shifted allegiance to the Republic. So up until then, you were just a simple spy. But then my target, the Scarecrow, caught onto my secret mission. He threatened me into pretending to be a double agent that had sworn loyalty to the Republic while following the Empire's instructions instead. Playing double agent for two nations then, maneuvering to give one party the upper hand. Such are the activities of a triple agent. Yes, but then the CID caught wind of my circumstances, so they started giving me baited intel, fully anticipating that I would deliver it to the Empire. It only hit me just recently, but I've been dancing in the palm of their hand for who knows how long. And that's how you wound up a quadruple agent. I think I kind of get it, sorta, except not really. Just listening to this has given me a stress ulcer. You know, it was when I crossed over to the Republic that my health started going to pot. Each superpower would browbeat me into probing the other day after day to the point where I couldn't spare a second to hold a grudge against their Undle. I didn't even have the energy to go to the doctors, and whenever time off I had was spent sleeping like a corpse. Wow, and here I thought government jobs were cushy. I don't remember when it happened, but all of a sudden I got the urge to throw my career out the window and leave everything behind. Today was the day I finally acted on the escape plan I've been ironing out. When I went to the Blacklight District to pick up my fake passport, I sensed the CID nearby. While trying to hide myself, my condition worsened until I became the wreck you see now. Nevertheless, I was determined to use these abandoned lines to flee the capital. They worked you raw. I get how you'd be fed up with that. But even still, I say you brought it all on yourself. Excuse me? When it comes down to it, this whole thing stems from you going turncoat on the Empire. You're lucky they didn't lock you up for treason, or worse, put you up on the execution block. Just the fact that your neck's still intact makes this the better bargain by far. But hey, what do I know, right? Either way, you're coming with us. Like I already said. Hubert? Is it the side effects again? No, the medicine we administered should still be in effect. Perhaps this is a symptom of the affliction itself. Gotta think of it, Isabelle never told us what he's actually suffering from. Hubert, could you tell us the name of your condition? How do you expect me to know? What's even matter? My time is up anyway. This isn't your run-of-the-mill sickness, not when the pain's this excruciating. Death is coming for me. I can already see the light. No, you can't give up now. It may not help much, but I can perform some recovery arts on you. Don't bother. Honestly, I've been thinking. Even if I do make a life as a fugitive, I won't have long to enjoy it. The way I see it, this is my punishment for the web of lies I've been weaving. But you know what? That's okay. I gave it all I had and got as far as I could. Pull it together. You aren't beyond saving just yet. Come on, guys. Let's just haul him over to Isabelle. Well, that is what we were hired to do. He sounds pretty intent on dying here, but it's not like we're beholden to that or anything. The choice is yours, Van. I don't know. Dragging folks along by force goes against my style. Looks like I'm gonna have to say something to make him change his mind. From what he's told us, this guy's got ambition in spades. I could try to goad him on that and stoke his will to live. On the other hand, even if he's already chosen death, maybe I can convince him to reconsider things objectively. Alright, 2. Convince him to reconsider, stoke his sense of ambition. Live! Well, we know it's going to be a great choice or a chaotic choice, and we want chaotic. Yeah, I'll go with this plan. Forget it, Agnes. We're leaving him. We are? How can you be so heartless? Besides, the whole point of this request was for us to bring him to the clinic. What good it'll do to lug back a guy who's already having to lie in his grave? You're satisfied with the life you lived, right? And the best thing we can do is respect your dying wish. Mr. Arkride. Reverse psychology. Classic. There's just one thing that's bugging me, if you don't mind my asking. Why'd you give up on the Empire and defect to the Republic after the war? You wouldn't have done that unless there was something you expected from them, something you could no longer hope for. It'd have to be worth switching sides for, too. So what was it? What else? Status, power, money? I wanted it all. Did you now? That's funny. What I've been hearing, you haven't gotten a single one of those things yet. That's... Even if you flee to another country or you have to show for it, the CID on your ass, debilitating disease, and zero motivation. Seems like a total wash from start to finish. But if it's any consolation, you made for a pretty hilarious quadruple agent. Might get me a few laughs in my next drinking session. What? Are you mocking me? My work spans 2 major superpowers. I've fought at the front lines on the fields of counter-espionage. If it weren't for that bastard Arundel, that CID upstart Kincaid, I'd have fulfilled my aspirations ages ago. Hubert, I understand how you feel, but yelling will only make your condition worse. Indeed, though I should note that his heretofore declining blood pressure has begun to rise again. Wow, that must have really steamed him up. So you finished saying your piece to me? If not, you can let the rest off your chest at the clinic. How to hell with the consequences. Take me wherever you damn well please. You practically had to pry the words out of your mouth. Just let us handle it from here. That one could have gone either way. Nicely played, Van. Well done bringing him back. You make it look easy. I wish that wound up being way more of a hassle than we bargained for. Did it now? I already had the impression he was tougher than most, the way he scurried off his sickbed. I can't take it any longer. You're in critical condition, alright? Hey, what are you snickering about? Someone's life is on the line here. Is Hubert going to be okay, Isabelle? If there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. I get that you kids have moral compasses for hearts, but I'd advise against playing nurse here. The treatment process will be a bit difficult to watch. Better to spare your eyes as well as his dignity. Out of curiosity, what exactly is he suffering from? Oh, did I never tell you? It's urinary calculus. Pardon? You mean like math? Yes. Not quite. In medical terms, calculi are stone-like crystals that form internally due to extreme stress or an irregular lifestyle. Calculi then? In most cases, they're found in the kidney or bladder and block the urethra, affecting the bladder and stomach before spreading all throughout. Stones. Gallstones. The patient is then struck with enough pain to make death a mercy. They're in perfect health once the stones are expelled from their body, though. Mind summing that up for us. Simply put, it's not an untreatable disease. Most cases can be cured without surgery. Are you kidding me? Yeah, he's just got to put something in there to break it down, and then he's got to pee them out, and that's going to be hurty. I mean, I've never experienced it, but I know people who have. I mean, I guess it's better than being in mortal danger, but still. My expectations do feel a little betrayed. Say it like it is. We got played. Now. To be fair, everything she said from the get-go implied that medication was all he needed. You should have spoken up the moment you realized that. No, there has to be some mistake. It feels like I have a full set of knives filleting me from the inside. The pain depends on the size of the stone. In your case, it's decently large at about 0.4 each. Don't worry, I'll give you a shot to ease your suffering. Though it'll still be quite intense until the stone passes. You're just going to have to buck up and keep yourself hydrated. So all I can do is power through. Doctor's orders, I suppose. Oh, this is all so draining. But look on the bright side. Now you're on the road to recovery. And with that, the request is successfully completed. Though for Mr. Hubert, the issue of the CID yet remains. I hate to leave you hanging, but this is the part where we pull out. We won't go out of your way to blab to the CID about you. But if push comes to shove, we've got no reason to keep our lips shut. You did say you were a neutral party. Not that it's any business of ours, but have you given any consideration as to what you'll do next? About that. You telling me off gave me a lot to chew on. I'd rather keep my distance from the CID until the stone passes, but afterward I think I'll go back to them. Is that so? Absolutely. I'm not ready to go out as one of history's least memorable footnotes. I've been playing the deception game on a national scale for 2 entire countries. Can't even imagine how many state secrets I know, or think you know. What's more, I'm in a position to watch how Arundel and Kincaid play their cards. As for the fake intel they're feeding me, I'm sure I can get plenty of use from it. All this to say, I'm going to stay a quadruple agent and build up my own place in the world. Then someday I'll rise high enough to wrap a Rundell and Kincaid around my finger instead. Clearly your imagination is more powerful than mine. It sounds like a pipe dream for now, but imagine the drama if it ever became a reality. I don't see the issue. I either dream big or not at all. Renee could deal with the aftermath on the off chance he actually makes anything of it. I can't help but feel a little bad for Mr. Kincaid. Whatever your 5-year plan is, it can wait until after we take care of that stone. Let's get some painkillers in you before the next wave hits. Go on, head inside. Right away, Doctor. I guess this is goodbye then. Thanks for everything, truly. I'll transfer you your payment like always. Appreciate it. Get well soon, Hubert.
Mission accomplished. Great job, you guys.
And all I heard was endless yells throughout the night.
Reward deposited.
Grey ranked up to rank 5. Whoa. I guess I must have got more grey than chaos on that. Never mind then. We now get Mer Grey through Mer Advanced Synchronization. Well, that's the medicine administered. If you need me, I'll be in the clinic. By the way, the only thing you can really do after developing a stone is drink a lot of water. You don't get something that breaks it down? Oh god. I've been told the pain's pretty awful when they move though, but if you use things like suppositories, your body will get rid of them in no time. The key to preventing them is eating certain foods in moderation, maybe making sure you get enough calcium every day. Just take this as a sign to get rid of any bad habits, alright? Even thinking about it gives me chills. Maybe you should start taking it easy on the sweets, Van. That's right, our health is the most important thing we have. Or you too will be peeing stones. Try not to make that happen.